What is going on, Fire Emblem Knights? Saya here with another Fire Emblem Heroes video. And I actually previously, just a few minutes ago, released a video about Alm's Army, which is a new hero banner coming, not realizing that there's a second hero banner for Celica's army. So let's go ahead and take a look at both. You're going to find some pretty interesting skills here in Alm's Army, so why don't we go ahead and take a look at that first. Fire Emblem Heroes. New heroes, join the battle. Fire Emblem, Shadows of Valentia, echoes. Alm's Army. Legendary Knight, Matilda. Alright, so pause it really quick. So of course, we're not really discussing the trailer too much, we're discussing the skills here. So Matilda's coming in as a cavalry blue lance unit. She's got Rider's Bane plus, might of 14, range of 1, effective against cavalry units. That's great. That's going to shake up the horse emblem meta that we're seeing. She's going to get rally resistance. We all know what that is. But here's the interesting one. Cancel Affinity 3, her B skill passive. Any weapon triangle affinity granted by unit skills is negated. If affinity disadvantage exists, weapon triangle affinity granted by foe skills is reversed. So the reason why I find this interesting is I have a Robin who has a Blaraven plus. So the Raven skills are effective against colorless units, or at least add that ability to be effective against colorless units. That's basically going to reverse any advantage I have using Grand Raven plus. That's a game changer, at least for me. My end game, I was hoping to carry Robin through, but if I see more and more of this skill in the tier 19, tier 20 that I usually cycle in and out of, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough to keep Robin in the game. It's also probably going to affect some of the weapons that carry the Triangle Adept, like Roy's skill, I believe, Roy's weapon has Triangle Adept, and then the Triangle Adept skill itself. So you got to be careful of that. And I think even with my double dragon team that I wanted to carry forward into my core team for tier 20, it's basically going to become a disadvantage. So that's going to shake things up for me. That is one of the more interesting skills that I've seen. Rye Comrade. Gray. Alright, let's go ahead and pause it. Gray is going to get the Zanbato plus, might of 14, range of 1, also effective against cavalry units. So again, a bit of a shake-up for the horse emblem that we're seeing. He's going to get swap, wind boost 3. If unit has at least 3 more HP than enemy at the start of combat, unit receives speed plus 6 during combat. And Sword Valor 3, which is a great skill for farming SP. If unit survives, all sword users on the team get 2 times SP. This multiplier also works during the weekends, the Fridays and Saturdays, where we get a 2 times SP event. So really great skill for farming SP. Let's go ahead and move on. Free Spirit. Delthea. Alright. So Delthea is coming in as a blue tome unit. She has Dark Aura, might of 14, range of 2. Grants adjacent allies who use swords, axes, lances, or dragonstones a whopping attack plus 6 through their next actions at the start of each turn. She's going to get Miracle. For survivability. If HP is greater than 1, survive a lethal attack with 1 HP remaining. So she may be a tanky blue tome user. That might be her stat spread. Death Blow 3 grants attack plus 6 if unit initiates combat, and then Drive Attack 2 grants allies within 2 spaces attack plus 3 during combat. So seems to be a very strong attacking unit. Might be very slow, but she will be bringing in a lot of buffs for her team. If you could probably switch out Drive Attack 2 for Hone Attack 3 and get Attack plus 4. Alright, so there's the first one. This is the one my first video covered. Like I said, that Cancel Affinity skill, definitely looking interesting. Let's move on to the next one here, which is Celica's Army. Fire Emblem Heroes. New heroes join the battle. Fire Emblem Shadows of Valentia. Echoes, echoes, echoes. True of Heart. Leon. Alright, pause it real quick. Slaying Bow Plus, effective against flying units, accelerates special trigger, cooldown count -1, might of 12, range of 2, effective against flying units. Ignis, boosts damage dealt by 80% of units' defense, speed +3, grants speed +3, guard 3. If unit's HP is above 80% at start of combat, enemy is inflicted with special cooldown charge -1. If using other similar skill, only highest value applied. So, like in the Slaying Bow Plus.
Excuse me?
Driven Mercenary. Saber.
Before getting on my backside.
Alright. He's gonna get the Slaying Edge Plus, might of 14, range of 1. Accelerates special trigger, cooldown count -1. Aegis, reduced damage inflicted by attacks from foes 2 spaces away by 50. And his A passive, HP Speed 2, grants HP +4, Speed +2. Pretty good skill. Shield Pulse 3, if unit special triggers based on a foe's attack. Special cooldown count -2 at start of turn 1. Unit takes 5 less damage when special triggers. If units special triggers based on a foe's attack. Okay, so on the defense, that means your next turn, your special cooldown count gets -2 at start of turn 1. Okay. Unit takes 5 less damage when special triggers. Very good baiting skill, I think. So if you have a baiting team, that might be something you want to use. Vengeful Mage. Sonya. Alright. Sonya's gonna get the Dark Excalibur, might of 14, range of 2, grants +10 to damage when special triggers. Okay, almost like a Wadao Plus, but for range. Moonbow, of course, resolve combat as if foe suffered defense and resistance -30%. Mirror Strike 2, grants attack and resistance +4 during combat if unit initiates attack. That is pretty good. That is pretty good. By the way, Sonya is a green tome user. She's going to get Resistance Ploy 3 at start of turn. Foes in cardinal directions with resistance 1 or more lower than unit suffer resistance -5 until the end of foe's next action. Yeah. Sure. Panic Ploy to me is still probably the best of the ploy skills. Alright. So I see just on the short descriptions or the short messages we had there, it seems to be furthering the story of Zacharias, the missing hero. So that's going to be interesting also. But overall, to me, this banner looks really, really good. Or I should say, the two banners look really good. Specifically, Matilda's Cancel Affinity skill. That's going to be very interesting to see if that makes its way into, you know, the higher tier arena duels. My build is pretty much gone. I mean, it's all messed up for me. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Are you guys still going to go for the summer banner? Still going to try and roll for Summer Robin and Summer Tiki? I hear a lot of people are having some pretty bad luck with this summer banner. And I have too. You know, I think I spent about 70 or 80 orbs that I had farmed and didn't get a single one of them. So do let me know if you think this is worth rolling for. Are you going to use up your orbs for the summer banner? Are you going to save up your orbs for these characters? That'd be interesting. So other than that, this is Saya signing out.